Big tech and chips boosting, I should say, the Nasdaq, empowering the remarkable intraday turnaround in the major averages. Well, joining us now is Goldman Sachs Managing Director Eric Sheridan, who is in San Francisco at the company's annual Communacopia conference. Eric, it's great to have you. I mean, you led quite a number of conversations over the last 2 days, including with the heads of Google Cloud, AWS, and Anthropic. What are your takeaways?
Yeah, I think there are three main takeaways from the conference so far. First, the cloud computing environment remains very healthy. That's driven by the AI deployment and AI enhancements that a lot of businesses are looking at in terms of driving productivity and efficiency gains and frankly, experimenting with AI in their enterprise budgets. Second, the overall digital consumer is quite strong. We heard quite positive comments across the gig economy from companies like Uber, DoorDash, and others. And then third, on the digital advertising environment, things remain relatively stable/healthy. So I know there's a lot of concern about the macro environment, and there's been a lot of questions about that out here, but I think the digital economy is presenting as much more stable, strong than maybe some of the fears coming into the event this week.
Yeah, we just earlier in the show, we played some comments from NVIDIA's Jensen Huang about emotional customers. We were talking a little bit about that. Your sense from out there about this return on investment where AI spending is concerned and how that's going to fan out, not only over the near term, which is what investors seem to be most focused on in the public markets right now, but also over the long term. Do we fully understand the ripple effects?
So I think there's a couple of layers to this, and it's a more nuanced answer. In terms of return on spend, if spending on chips and capacity results in spend by enterprises that are experimenting with AI, we're already seeing those returns today. There's re-accelerating revenue growth at AWS inside Amazon. There's re-accelerating revenue growth inside Google Cloud as part of Alphabet. The less linear, less visible piece is the dynamic around what's the killer consumer application, or what's the killer enterprise application. And there is low visibility into that. But in terms of immediate return on spend, in terms of enterprise and coming back to the cloud computing environment, we think there's been a lot of examples out here that have been very specific. A lot of companies are talking about already existing productivity and efficiency gains from AI. And I think that's what's bolstering a little bit of the confidence, at least in the medium term, that that's someplace you can look for some return on capital, while some of the longer term dynamics still remain a little less certain and a little less visible.
Eric, three of the companies you spoke with, Uber, DoorDash, Booking, all higher year to date, all under 150 billion market cap, Uber just barely. And that's the sort of company that I wonder about, particularly in the frame of AI, because we're talking about chip companies a lot. We're talking about the hyperscalers. They're really providing the resources. It's going to have to be these application makers who are successful if there's going to be a real boom here. These three names really sort of grew up in the mobile era. Uber was a killer app for mobile. Are we yet seeing how AI affects their business and whether it's going to be a significant tailwind?
No, it's a great point, John. I mean, they were the quintessential, compute 2.0 companies, internet 2.0 companies, and especially DoorDash and Uber benefited dramatically from the shift to mobile computing. All three of those companies that you highlighted talked about AI on stage. I think generally they believe that AI will affect how the user opens the app and experiences that product going forward. A lot of that is in testing and learning mode, but in the backside of the house, I think a number of those companies talked about already driving operating and efficiency gains. If you think about businesses like mobility or delivery, batching, routing, things of efficiency in what the driver and the delivery individuals see, those are all real-time examples of how AI is being deployed today.